The problem is that you don't believe that's possible because you aren't making as much money, or you haven't seen other people making as much money, or you haven't made as much money before as you want to. So you believe it's just this crazy, almost unachievable thing. You gotta work 29 hours a day. All right, it's day 40 of doing whatever it takes to get to 10,000 a month by 2027. I'm about to hop on a sales call. Ideally, this guy shows up, but regardless. And I fell asleep at like 4 a.m. last night, woke up at like 10 something. So the sleep schedule is taking a little bit of a sacrifice, but that's all right. Still getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep. I've been working this morning / like early afternoon. Now it's time to take this call. If he shows up, regardless, still have a little bit of work to do before I go over and hit leg day at the gym. Let's go. Okay, I have arrived back from the gym, and I also did some jump training as well. I'm gonna walk you through what my workout was and why it's important. So make sure that you listen to this aspect and part of the video so you can understand not only why working out is important, but why it's important for you to understand that you can do other things besides work on your way to making a lot of money. I walk up and I actually have this rehab stuff that I was working through, and I'm feeling a lot better now because at one point it was like a 7 to 8 out of 10 pain in my lower back, upper hip sort of hamstring area. And it was really weird and it had something to do with coming from I don't know, back. I've actually mostly rehabbed it on my own, but it was really annoying. At one point, it was to the point I could barely get out of laying down on the couch or my bed. Then it got to the point where it was more manageable, maybe a 3.5, but anytime I would walk, I'd feel it. Now, unless I push myself really hard, and it's only that day, and maybe a little bit of the next, I don't really feel it. It doesn't bother me a ton, but it's because I've had to do pretty extensive rehab. Anyways, I did that, did some back extensions, I did some dead hang. I also did some barbell squats and a few other small movements. Then I came back to this facility that I'm working at. It's like a cool co-working space. And actually before that, I did some jump training as well. So I did some what's called a depth jump. So you jump up onto something that's maybe 2 feet high, jump down, jump as high as you can, as fast as you can. And then I did that for a few sets, did some lunges, did some pogo jumps where you're just jumping up and down. Then I did some actual vertical walkthroughs where I'm walking through and going up to jump. Then I actually did that jump in 80 to 90% effort. I was able to get my fingers about right here on the rim. So just that first top half of my fingers above the rim. The reason why that's really crucial is because just about 10 months ago, I couldn't even touch the rim, let alone, I was like probably 3-4 inches below the rim. So I went from like a 24-inch vertical to probably close to a 30 in less than 10 months. On top of that, I've gotten stronger as well. So overall, we're looking really good. And that goes to show that, number one, I have way more energy after I work out, which is really interesting, but it's because I'm taking care of my body and my mind. And number two, it's really important because then I'm taking a step away from work, looking at it from a different angle, and things just pop up in my mind, and I'm able to work through different things and being able to look at things from a different lens rather than being in the stress of work throughout the entire day. And then number three, a lot of people who are making a decent amount of money, now obviously there's times where you do have to sacrifice if you want to make it to the next level, but those are only for season. That said, there's still a way to incorporate other interests while making more money. Anyways, time to get to work.